Ian Illich on Irene van Dijk. Know each other well enough. And we're underway. Let's see if the Australians can make a steadier start than they did just a couple of nights ago in Christchurch. It's Meaney on to Neil. And our umpires for you in this second test, Dalton Hines from Jamaica, as the first one goes through from McMahon, and Joe Kelly from England. And I'll get you straight into a conversation, Monica, about the lineups. A couple of tweaks going on in both of them.
Yes, Steve, we see for Australia, Susan Meaney coming into centre. Jess Shin still remains in at wing attack, and defensively, Janine Illich going into keeper. We'll just watch Irene van Dijk put the first one in for New Zealand. And for New Zealand, they're starting off with a different wing attack in Aidan Harper, and also in defence, Victoria Edwards.
Irene van Dijk was credited with 39 from 40 in the first test, but the official stats here don't take into account deflected shots, or rejections, if you like. Well, McMahon was out of court, so that's a New Zealand ball. One apiece in the opening 70 seconds. And Vili Davu, goalkeeper, formerly out of Fiji, of course, but she got an extra special welcome here.
New Zealand crowd loving Vili Davu, and she had a great game in the first test in Christchurch. And Irene van Dijk.
The ball, both out, pass or shot.
And here Dalton Hines putting both Australian shooters out, defenders out.
I'd say this is Dalton Hines' biggest match. He did officiate at the World Championships last year in Jamaica, as New Zealand throw one away.
And what we like about Dalton Hines, or defenders like about Dalton Hines, is that he does allow a contest for defenders to go in and have a bit of bite of the cherry.
Australians having trouble getting it into the centre third, and they'll do it now through a penalty. Ellis to have it with Colling at a shoulder. Belinda Colling had a great match on Wednesday night, 15 from 21.
Oh, great intercept, Janine Illich. Read it well in front of Irene van Dijk.
I think that's where Irene is susceptible. If you can pull her out of the circle, you're more likely to pick a ball off.
And she was doing that in the first quarter last test, as we see a turnover.
They're there pretty quickly. Colling. Harper at wing attack.
Good attempt there by Meaney. Colling drops it short. Rebound required. There's Janine Illich cutting off the path.
So Scholes. Risky ball, but Neil has it securely. Shin. McMahon's in the pocket. Meaney. As down to the ground goes Cheryl Scanlon, who was pretty much player of the match in the first test. She got a taste of the floor in Christchurch as well. She's not afraid to make it a physical contest, Scanlon. And it's two apiece. 3 and a bit minutes gone. Shin needs a lead. Meaney. Neil. Oh, McMahon was absolutely open. Oh, what... She'd managed to confuse both defenders. Was at the post, and that was an opportunity gone. They threw it away in the end.
Should have been a balk to the post.
Colling. Contact against Ellis, so Australian captain caught out of the circle. And they'll look to get this in quickly. Illich trying to look after a couple. Colling might put up her first shot.
On the ball, pass or shot.
I think Illich has been sent out there with the mission of making nothing easy for the Silver Ferns defence, whatever the cost.
Probably to rattle them early is what Norma Plummer wants Illich to do. The setup there, Irene van Dijk will win that contest against Illich.
She's got fantastic reach.
Yeah, she certainly has, and she allowed for the court space behind her.
This Arena Manawatu has just had nearly $7 million spent on it.
Objection, goalkeeper.
The refurbishment struck a bit of a snag in February when they had floods here, but it's all done now, and it's a great venue.
Great screen there by Sinanu allowed Cheryl McMahon to take the easy shot.
Van Dijk hasn't missed with her 3 attempts.
Oh, good work there
Goal
by
attack, penalty pass.
Ellison. She did. She took the ball, had the space taken from under her.
Causing was the call from Dalton Hines. It happened right under his nose. Most importantly, Monica Lamb agreed with him. Good take from Meany. Crowd at top of the circle, but Shin took it well. And working in a little closer is Sinna Neal. Davu defending. Neal.
So both teams shooting at the same percentage, 4 from 5. Australia at the moment, early minutes of this first term with 9 penalties.
McMahon just came around behind Davu, who's on the ball, surely, but it's allowed to let go by Joe Kelly. Australia scored the last 3, are out by 1, and they led by 2 at quarter time in the first test and were pretty much outplayed after that.
Contact goal defense pass. Goalkeeper obstruction, both out.
They're both out. Well, I don't know how much of a contest Dalton's allowing down there, Monica.
No, that one there was not a whistle.
Penalty count in the first test was very heavy. 78 against Australia, 60 for New Zealand. That is a lot of whistle. But I think New Zealand have learnt that's their best way of stopping Australia's drive and rhythm is with a lot of whistle down the court. McMahon gets to the front again. Davu's just being left behind a little. Oh, that's got to be close to a hell ball, but has the advantage. So 6-5 Australia. They look better to you, Mon?
At the moment they do. I think in the first quarter, the last test, they were very tentative, a lot of nerves, playing a large part for the Australians. More settled. Great take there, both Colling and Van Dyke. And that's one thing Van Dyke did a lot in the first test also, was that she used her hips and body relatively well, and that was allowed by the umpires.
Nice ball from Shin on to Neal. Sure, all these Australian players feel they can do better than what they offered on Wednesday night. McMahon. Oh, let it go the first time, Sherelle. That's what I think she should be doing. They're waiting for that ball. But she's 5 from 5, as is Van Dyke. So it's a better start coming from McMahon.
Well done, Peter Scholes there, indicating this where it is, umpire.
Quite interested to see that they've left Timapara Clark out of the starting lineup. They want to give Dean Harper a go at wing attack. They don't want to leave their captain off Robury, so they've put her at centre. But Clark is dynamic. If things aren't going well for New Zealand, she'll be on. And it'll be Australia's centre pass with a lead of 2. So a steadier start from the Australians. Down goes Neal, and a contact goes against Scanlon. That's one.
Obviously, there are 2 in the circle, and drop to Sinna Neal.
Obstruction, goalkeeper, pass the shot.
And obstruction against Davu in that little contest with McMahon.
Thank you.
Oh, Sherelle.
That's intimidation. From where I am at the moment here, I reckon that was very close, very short.
Goal attack.
Edward is a very quick player. Colling.
Good attempt. Oi!
Well, Illich is down. And will come up smiling, I think. Yeah, well, she gave Van Dyke something to go on with, and Van Dyke wasn't going to take it. So that's the kind of stuff we saw in the first test. It's 50-50, this one. See?
That was nasty. That was left elbow raised.
But Illich has hipped it into her there.
But that she was off balance, and I think that was not intended.
Inspector Gadget Arms getting some treatment.
Which is up the end there. Row 11 between seats 18
well, Irene's got her for height and weight, I would say.
Threw a hand up in the air to clap.
There's not a lot of Janine Illich.
She's lost a bit of weight in the old finger, you know. But if
Ruth Aitken having a word.
Let's give her engagement ring back.
As is Norma Plummer. That Illich is okay.
To the information booth in the ticketing box by the entrance. So let's make her night real good. Let's find that ring and get it back to her.
The shot from Van Dyke is good. Normally is. She's 6 from 6.
Contact, goal defense, goal third, penalty pass. Goal third, please.
In the goal third. Edward. Harper to Colling.
Oh, good attempt there. Illich working the body around Van Dyke. Really hassling Irene. In everything at the moment, goal shooter.
She had a good go at that one, Illich, but it's Colling with the shot and the goal, and she's 2 from 3. 8 apiece. Well, it's just as feisty as a few days ago. And Robury got a great touch. Ellis has got one now. And the two captains forcing turnovers.
Oh, great attempt there from McMahon.
She thought she might have been pushed out of court, but oh! Well, this is a little bit out of control right now as Neil cannons into Edward, onto Harper. On Van Dyke.
First miss. One drops in. 7 from 8, Irene Van Dyke.
And
Australia with 1 less attempt at the moment. 11 attempts New Zealand, 10 Australia.
And they've thrown that one away. Scanlon not happy with herself. But the rebounds in the first test were crucial. New Zealand took 13 to Australia's 5. And Van Dyke was allowed to take 4 and Colling 2. But McMahon and Neil only took 3 between them.
Turnover there from Scholes, picked up for the contact. Good attempt there, Meany going offside.
New Zealand.
Coach Norma Plummer.
Right there, please.
New Zealand.
Pausing, goal defense, goalkeeper, pass or shot.
It's against both of them. And Van Dyke. 20 penalties to 10. It's an extraordinary count early.
Ellis has 7, Illich has 6, but they're in there contesting, and that is what they have to do.
You're heading for another penalty count of over 100. Shin.
Contact, goal defense, half shot.
And that's against Scanlon. It's pretty physical at both ends.
Where the goal defense is.
And probably in the middle too. Neil.
Retake, movement. Retake, pass the shot. Move before the ball.
Neil. 3 from 4. McMahon is 6 from 7. 82% Australia. Really, Australia had 2 more opportunities at post in the first test. Well, that's a shame they don't play advantage there. That's why the crowd's disappointed. And,
Still makes hard work though for Janine Illich.
Dalton Hines just blew the whistle a tad early. We all like to see good advantage played. Heck, even for the opposition. Colling.
Intimidating.
Intimidating is the call from Dalton.
I can hardly wait to the second quarter when the New Zealand defenders are down on Dalton's end, because I feel that they are intimidating the Australian shooters also.
Neil, strong take to keep Scanlon away.
Goal defense, distraction, pass the shot.
Neil.
Where the goal shooter is.
Neil was close to getting a penalty as well there. The way she drifted across in front of the defenders.
New Zealand.
Anyway, it's 11-10.
France contact, goal defense.
I reckon the umpires would have been nervous about
Goal
this.
shooter contact.
Oh, yeah, one against Van Dyke. Statistician Todd Miller gives him the high five from a long way away. Settle down there, Todd. Meany across to Illich.
And once again, the block mid-court. Look how the New Zealanders work that zone, and it's the last thing you do is put a high ball up in the mid-court.
Yep, that's asking for a pick-off. Scholes, Meany.
Australia is so good at the give and go, cutting in front of the New Zealand player, but at the moment they're not cutting in front. A lot of high ball going into the forward line.
Oh, Neil has done well with the rebound. They need more of that. And if she converts, she does. So 11 all, 1:40 left in the first quarter.
Breaking goal attack.
Oh, it's a give away that there on the centre pass, an unnecessary turnover.
Robury.
Contact centre, penalty pass.
It's against Meany.
Goalkeeper contact.
Illich. I'm disappointed with that call.
Oh, fortunate there.
It'd be interesting to see what Norma Plummer does here. I would imagine she will leave Illich on to see how the umpiring goes at the other end.
Good.
Wing defender
Once
obstructing.
again.
Penalty pass.
Illich is in everything in
outside
this
there.
first quarter.
But there have been 41 penalties so far. New Zealand by 1 as quarter time closes in on us.
Advantage
Robbery.
waiting, both.
And Australia with
Australia.
a last chance, perhaps, just seconds left in this first
Thank
quarter. Over half a minute, according to us. Neal. Schultz. McMahon to Shin. Oh, great take, McMahon. Go in. No, Davu's got it. And they've got time, if they're good enough. And that's come off an Australian hand. So New Zealand with 15 seconds. Try and get it into Van Dijk. And she was out. Illich wants to do it quickly. Meany. Ellis. McMahon to Shin, and they can't quite get it there. So a very even first quarter. It's New Zealand by 1 after it was Australia by 2. Are we to see more of the same in the second quarter? Heavy penalty count in the first, underway. And Australia just down by the 1, having lost the first test by 9. And Jessica Shin has gone down immediately. Now that's very unfortunate. And just in the opening few seconds, the second quarter.
Didn't catch sight of that. She perhaps rolled her right ankle slightly, so it's one of those that perhaps just needs a bit of time to recover.
Bit of an injury break, ladies and gentlemen. Just to remind our people at half-time, the 3 people
I'm
in the
sure
Brisbane
she would have been
need to
strapped.
come
Let's have a
down
look at it
to
here.
the
Centre
court
pass.
with
Meany
high understanding.
lands.
And then, of course, you will get to compete 30 seconds to
Couldn't
get
see it.
Appear to do anything at all. Perhaps it was a lingering injury that she may have had prior to coming over to New Zealand.
To Shin, the West Australian in the Aussie lineup. That was a great performer for the Orioles.
It's pretty hard to score. I have to tell you, it's brand new surface.
And we'll hope she's all right.
It's absolutely fantastic. I reckon the people at Arena 1 or 2
Got other options in the mid-court, of course, with Natasha Chocolate.
So give them a round of applause.
Heavy with defenders, as we've said. They've got 3 circle defenders on the bench. It's 1 other mid-quarter and 1 other goaler. Shin's all right. Neal.
Ankle's all right.
Oh dear, oh dear. Australian ball. McMahon. Still the Australian ball. Billy Darbu slaps the hand. She loves the contest, Billy. Oh, that's a replay sometimes. Not that time. Neal. Oh, that's heavy. She's not really on her goals at the start of this second quarter.
Obstructing centre.
Robbery indicating with the nod of the head where she wanted the pass to go.
Advantage contact, goal
Robbery.
defence.
Some speculation in the papers here about how long she'd have as captain of the Silver Ferns if Dean Harper is a better wing attack than she is. But Robbery didn't play a lot of the National Bank Cup here
And goal defence, penalty
because of a
both.
broken arm suffered in a warm-up game.
Thank you.
Robbery's still getting back to full fitness, one would imagine. First goal of the second quarter for New Zealand.
Advantage, goal defence.
It was a less than ideal start to the second quarter for Australia. A missed goal and an injury to Jess Shin.
Wing defence.
Colling.
Advantage offside.
Robbery.
Centre. Contact, wing defence, penalty.
Contact against Scholes.
There's a
Colling.
few good advantage calls, though, called by Joe Kelly. She allowed the play to flow.
New Zealand has scored the last 3. Shin. Neal drifting back. Needs this one to go.
Contact goal defence, pass or short.
Gets a
Sinanil,
take.
4 from
Delay
8,
both
so
out,
50%
pass
at the
shot.
moment.
Goalkeeper, you're out as
And
well.
Heinrich will be getting twitchy. A few Australians here.
Well, one there anyway.
Heavily outnumbered. We saw a couple of your South Australian friends here, which is good to see. Former manager Bronwyn Roberts is here.
Advantage, obstruction
And Vicky
centre.
Kay. Oh, Liz Ellis, that's a bit late. Australian captain not holding back. Maybe should have pulled out of that one. Jill McIntosh, former Australian coach, is here as well.
Clark there, New Zealand sideline.
Threatening to break it open, the Silver Ferns. Meany. McMahon. Neal. Oh, good move from McMahon. She is moving a bit sharper in this match.
Good dummy there from Sinner Neal to go to the front. Billy Davu went with her. At the moment, Australia
straight to Ellis. What was that from Rowbury? There was no one inside.
That was a turnover, which at the moment Australia can do with.
Contact, goal defence, pass or shot.
Penalty against Scanlon. He really made no attempt to stand beside Sinner Neal. Australia with 20 attempts to New Zealand's 18. The trail by 1. Chance for the leveller, though. Oh, risky.
Goal turn.
Colling and Ellis having a little chat there.
Well, you can see that there. Well done, Scanlon reads it so well.
And Neal. Australia have got the last 3. The draw level at 15s early in the second quarter.
Milic picking up the speed there on Van Dyke.
Penalty.
Contact against Scholes. And Joe Kelly just making it clear it was for an elbow.
Reset.
Scholes sort of somewhat like this. Van Dyke.
When Van Dyke sets up like that on Ellis, and the drop is going to the goal line, there is nothing Australia can do defensively.
10 turnovers against New Zealand, 7 against Australia. That's pretty much the pattern in the first test. Oh, McMahon. Great.
Paykel.
She looks sharper and a little more in control. She's on 9 from 11. That's better shooting from McMahon. He shot 15 from 20 in the first. And was replaced in the last quarter by Kristen Heinrich after those heavy clashes with Scanlon and others.
The jostling in the New Zealand shooting circle is incredible. They're really paying so much attention to Irene. Irene Van Dyke, 13 from 15 at 87%.
Turnover. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter of the second test. A reminder to check our website at abc.net.au/netball for all the latest. The Super Sevens competition will be up and running again as the CBT resumes next week. Oh, Van Dyke. Between the 2 Australian defenders. A good ball to her. And it's New Zealand with a centre pass and a lead of 2 again.
Penalty count at the moment. The Australians doubling that of New Zealand. 34 penalties to New Zealand 17.
Penalty. Thank you.
Colling. Well, in the first quarter, Australia was giving away nearly 2 a minute.
New Zealand with the last 3 goals. Same amount of attempts.
Shin had a little bit of trouble there with Rowbury. McMahon.
Stockton goal defence, pass or shot.
Draws the penalty.
Where you are, please.
From Scanlon, who's got 7 penalties against her. Scholes and Illich have 8 and Ellis 11. Oh, down goes Jess Shin. Trying to contribute in defence. She can't go in that third.
Then to third.
Criticise her for trying. Colling.
Advantage offside centre.
I think she was.
Contact.
Anyway,
and on the
doesn't
ball,
matter.
pass a shot.
Colling.
Playing the feeding role once again, Belinda Colling. She's 6 from 7 at 86%.
Scholes driving. Neal.
Oh.
Again, risked the replay. Billy Davu was going to try and take it. Kristen Heinrich waiting for her chance on the bench.
Contact, keeper, pass or shot.
And advantage goal. Oh, Billy and Sherelle McMahon in back plate. That normal plumber, James Thurler, just watching the tempers fray down that end. McMahon was trying to get the ball to send it back to the circle. Davu wanted it also.
Obstruction, wing defence, penalty. Thank you.
Colling.
Contact, wing defence, penalty.
Van Dyke. Well, there's a lot going on down there, and it's a difficult day for the umpires. I always feel when there's a count this time on that it's up to the players to show a little bit more discipline when, you know, they're not really picking anything that's not there. In fact, they're probably letting a bit go.
And it's probably very frustrating too for the Australian defenders. I'm sure Norma Flubber would have said that the ball has to be shut down mid-court. We can't have Van Dijk with vision and easy access to her, so all of those players, centre, Peter Scholes, those two defenders there, trying their heart out for Australia. Once again, Van Dijk 16 from 18.
And centre pass to New Zealand, looking for a 5-goal lead if they convert. Robury, Scanlon, Harper. Edward, straight to Colling. Van Dijk putting a couple of moves on. Contact against Scholes. Scholes' penalty count is up to 11 now. 40 to 21 the penalties against Australia.
Inside the circle, New Zealand. Inside the circle. Thank you.
60 penalties in 22 minutes.
Wing defence. Advance the penalty. Pass the shot. Against the wing defence.
Well, Peter Scholes is the one feeling a little frustrated by the way events are unfolding.
Out of play. Thank you.
Oh, well done there, Liz
Outside,
Ellis.
throw in New Zealand.
Getting a deflection there.
Outside. Thank you.
Some of it's not attractive netball, you have to say. There's too much infringement
Advantage offside centre.
play going on.
Advantage
Harper.
contact centre.
Oh, Illich into the back of Van Dijk. A little bit of a get square there from Illich. The crowd doesn't like it.
Goalkeeper.
Nothing, no warning. That's got to hurt. Ouch. What hurts more is the goal, though, and the lead is 5.
Look at it here, Illich right behind her.
Oh, well, she got hit by Ellis. Ellis into Illich into Van Dijk. So it's one Australian pushing another. Oh, Meany, good take. Good read of the miss pass.
Contact wing defence penalty pass.
This time it's against Edward. Shin looking for something.
Oh, well done. McMahon reading that well, goes in and saves the ball for Australia, keeps it in the forward line.
Oh, Shin is risking that replay. Sorry, Neil. New Zealand set a pass. 4:40 to go in the second quarter. The lead was 1 at quarter time, so they're continuing to build. Good timing from Liz Ellis.
Yes,
It's only a throw-in.
And that's a deflection
Throw in,
that,
please.
yes,
Throw in.
Van Dijk wants to take the shot, but allowed there by Joe Kelly as a rejected ball.
Oh, Colling. Thank you, says Illich, after the mishandle. So they mucked that up a little, but they haven't been doing it very often. Scholes, Shin.
This is better as they cut down court.
And Davu smiles as she gets a hand around the corner to deny clean possession from McMahon.
Arm across centre. Watch the arm. Watch the arm.
Watch the arms against Susan Meany. Warning from Joe
Advantage
Kelly.
wing.
Warning on the run, I suppose. Robury.
Advantage obstruction centre.
They'd rather get it to Van Dijk. You see, that was allowed at the other end.
Yes.
I think Janine Illich is a bit slick there if they're going to allow the same thing from Davu on McMahon. Just ask for consistency. I don't think we saw it quite there.
Thank you. Advantage waiting.
3.5 to go in the second. 5 the lead for New Zealand. Scholes become a little rattled in this second quarter, Australia. That's a great ball from McMahon to Neil.
And that too was questionable whether that was replay by Sinna Neil. She appeared to have almost control.
There are New Zealand hands over every Australian pass. And the sheer pressure of it is having its toll. Oh! Davu and McMahon. McMahon thinking about timeout. She wants it.
Wow, ladies and
How did that happen? Let's see if we can see. Well,
Oh, the arm across, yes.
the umpire should have picked that up. That's Davu having a late crack at McMahon, and the umpire should have seen that.
Silver Ferns haven't got this one yet.
That's a little bit out of control, this game again. I know the umpires can't see everything, but it would have been good for the game if they'd seen that one.
Yeah, get those thundersticks happening. The shootout be happening on centre court. Somebody's going to be taking on the Fisher and Paykel washing machine.
Wayne Rogers has come out to have a word with Sherelle McMahon, make sure that left wrist is okay. It was a nasty fall. Davu was pretty keen to make sure she didn't get the return ball. Meany to Neil.
Yes, that was well sighted by Neil.
Davu didn't quite pull out, and McMahon with the shot.
But the pass appeared to be going to the left-hand side of the pocket, and defenders went out there.
2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Colling. Harper. Move it around patiently till they get that opportunity to find Van Dyke, and there we go. She is 19 from 22.
Always a wonderful demeanour on Irene Van Dyke's face.
Great touch from Cheryl Scanlon. Got a swag of those in Christchurch. Ellis tips it out the back, and Van Dyke follows it.
New Zealand.
It's a long way down to the floor from where Irene stands.
Shouldn't have been crossed across the circle once again. New Zealand have read that so well.
She's playing her 120th test, Irene Van Dyke.
Van Dyke 20 from 23.
Van Dyke and Davu made New Zealand their home in 2000, and they have given fantastic service to the Silver Ferns since. Cheryl Scanlon also played some of the netball for Samoa. New Zealand the last 3, got it by 7. Meany. Contact against Victoria Edward. And Edward has just 4 penalties. 45 to 24 the penalties. Against Australia, that is. Scanlon picks it up.
To do a comparison in the first test, 2 was the margin Australia leading at the first quarter break, and 2 was the margin at the half-time break. And currently, as we head into half-time period, New Zealand up by 7.
It's got right out of control for the Australians in the last 5 minutes. It's been an ugly second quarter for the visitors. Davu. Nearly a step against Scanlon. Van Dyke. Penalty against Illich. And for an 8-goal lead. With just a few seconds left in the second quarter. And the centre pass. Robry to Colling unmarked. They've got 2 back in the circle looking after Van Dyke. So Colling is able to make the extra player.
New Zealand came off you.
And they won't get the extra. That's of some comfort to Australia as the lead stays at 8, but it's a big lead. Their midcourts and changes made for the start of the third quarter. New Zealand, first of all, they brought on Temapara Clark at centre and Leslie Nichol at wing defence and shifted Robry to wing attack, so Harper is off. And for the Australians, it's the one change, Natasha Chocolate replacing Susan Meany at centre. Chocolate with it now into Neil, who did well to contest that rebound. First half shooting for Neil was 9 from 14, McMahon 11 from 14. They've just got to convert everything they get a look at. Well, Irene Van Dyke is going to get everything she gets.
Yeah, let's just back her judgment there. A few problems for coach Norma Plummer. Courageous moves in the first test to bring Meany on in the last quarter, and also Kristen Heinrich.
Allowed to land was McMahon. She might not later in the match. the conventional wisdom coming into this game, Bon, was that there was room for improvement for both teams. It was which team was going to improve more. And if at the moment, it just looks like it's New Zealand.
Well, at the moment, the penalty rate 24, Australia 46. They're adjusting well. They haven't really turned over.
Scholes.
Contact in attack.
And that one will go against Robury. Scholes just didn't realise her opponent had dropped the ball. Anyway, it's worked out all right. And that'll go Australia's way. Contact against Temapara Clark. Great character, Temapara. She loves being the shortest player on the court because people underestimate her leaping ability.
She's got the nickname of Bubby in the Silver Ferns, and that was because of her chubby cheeks as a child. As penalty advanced further down the court, umpire Joe Kelly.
I don't know that Sherelle McMahon said anything. Anyway, they've given it straight back. Shin. Ellis. McMahon. Not winning any popularity contests in New Zealand just at the moment. Sherelle, I don't think that'll bother her too much. Damu. Just calm down is the message. To Sherelle McMahon from Joe Kelly. Well, unfortunately, at the other end, a couple of Davu free hits were missed on McMahon, and that's why she's got a little upset. Temperature's rising.
She appears to have taken a deep breath, though, and doesn't look to be phased by it all.
Contact centre penalty pass.
Chocolate, don't know that she didn't touch it. That's misread by Dalton Hines. Colling, short. And Illich has it. Oh, a little bit of justice there. Chocolate back to Illich. Schultz, the Australians a bit stuck in this goal third. Open it up.
Right, that's it, the long one.
Chocolate.
Oh, Sinanil had cut to the front.
Barnes got it. Needs this goal. And they trail by 6. A lot of noise happening here at Arena Manawatu. Palmerston North in the North Island.
Pass there from Sherelle. A lot of pressure being placed by teammates in the Australian forward line.
New Zealand.
Off Chocolate. And Clark will take the throw-in. Van Dyke.
Where you are, please.
Flushed cheeks. And they throw it out. A little apology, I think, from Irene Van Dyke about the misunderstanding there. She says she had a great demeanour on court. Mon, there's Irene. Oh, Shin. It's a little laboured. Not from her especially. Just the general progress down the court. Stop-start.
Thank you.
New Zealand won the second quarter 16-9. Sorry, Mon.
Contact centre,
So just
penalty
so
Australia.
explosive, Temapara Clark. Davu goes up.
Contact goalkeeper. Half a shot. Where you are, please.
There's blood, yes, perhaps on Davu's knee.
Towel.
Oh, they need a towel. I think it's just a bit wet down there. And now
Okay.
Davu and McMahon can share a joke, which is good. They'll let a bit of the tension out. I'm sure they both want a good, hard contest.
Scanlon there paying attention to Sinanil. They're just trying to see where the moisture is on court.
Just tells you how hot the contest is. They're sparring pretty freely. McMahon with the shot. Get it back to 5.
And once again, same amount of attempts to the post of both sides. But New Zealand far more accurate. 29 from 35, Australia 24 from 35.
Well, Schultz had a good go. Clark through to an unmarked Colling. They're giving plenty of attention to Van Dyke. The crowd wanted Colling to shoot. She didn't. They all but throw it away. Who's got it? Amazing progression around the circle. Well, I don't think Ruth Aitken was too pleased with that. She would like to have seen Colling, who captained the side for a couple of years, 97 to 99, take some authority out there. Neil. Nice movement into the circle from Sinner.
Good tip there from Davu. Sinanil 11 from 18. He's on 61%. I wonder whether coach Norma Plummer will in fact bring Kristen Heinrich on.
Of course, if New Zealand win this match, they've won the series.
For New Zealand, please.
That would be the first time a series win here for them in 15 years against Australia. I bet everybody else. The crowd don't like the umpires either. Whoops. Van Dijk working hard in defence. You want that. As is Colling.
The Australians appearing with their passing to take too long to get it to their player. It's just some of those balls coming in too high,
And Ellis puts the hand to the head there after that one sailed over Sinanil. She needed a step ladder. There was none provided. Davu, Robry, Clark, what breaks?
taken.
Yeah, well done, Ellis. Always fights extra hard when she loses the ball to get it back. Scholes, who's got it? New Zealand have. Well, no whistle from the umpire. They've got a couple of opportunities to blow something.
And that there was a contact on Peter Scholes. Will she hold time?
It's Robry who has backed into her. And Police Constable Scholes doesn't file a report. Norma Plummer, seen it all. The lead. Shin.
I think the head of Robry.
Halfway through almost the third quarter. Australia's taken a couple out of the lead. Nickel. And almost lost a couple of teeth.
Ellis really trying to encourage her players to keep in touch.
Colling. 7 from 10. 84% New Zealand, 70% Australia. We've only offered one less attempt, but it's that accuracy and that feisty defence of Davu and Scanlon.
A nice switcher there from Sinanil, 12 from 19.
Obstruction centre.
Obstruction against Chocolate as the mascots do their stuff. And Koala here on the QT.
Contact keeper pass or shot. Goal defence.
Contact against Illich. I thought he said it was against the keeper. He's got the keeper catch on. I guess he meant Ellis. Ellis. Oh, Shin. Take. Chocolate.
Contact centre.
Back to Shin.
Obstruction. Wing defence.
Obstruction against Nickel. McMahon. That's off a New Zealand hand.
Pass really wasn't on. Sinanil, far too much attention placed on her by Davu and
Contact. Wing
Scanlon.
defence penalty. Against the wing defence penalty.
Australia getting caught behind the defenders.
I think Shin managed to push Nickel into the circle there, and Joe Kelly read it Australia's way. I think there's so much happening off the ball. You need 4 umpires out there. Robry. Clark. A little touch from Illich, but not enough to put off Irene Van Dijk, who's missed the shot. Go figure.
26 from 30.
Giddy up.
Still pretty good shooting statistics there for Irene Van Dijk.
Chocolate. Oh, slapped away by Clark. You know, that's a cheap shot.
Australia.
Not the first in this match, though. Chocolate to McMahon. Phoenix combination. Not this time. As this rebound secured by Scanlon. Loves getting them. So does Scholes, though. Oh, he's given it straight to Van Dijk. Off balance. That's a heartbreaker. And Colling wanted to do anything but shoot, but got it in the end. 8 from 12 for her. And the lead is out again to 7.
Australia can do no right at the moment. The defenders trying their hearts out.
Shin's got to stop. She waits for an available player. Chocolate's got to get rid of one with a shoulder.
Obstruction Centre.
Obstruction. What about the contact on the goal
Australia.
defence? There's too much happening for the umpires to see it. Everyone is contacting or obstructing everyone else.
Contact.
And
Australia.
what you do in these situations.
Australia.
4.5 to go in a frantic, error-ridden, physical third quarter in Palmerston North.
Let
My
the flag
understanding of the
on
two
court,
umpires
New
is
Zealand.
initiating at the first test. Joe Kelly down there, Stuart McIntosh, former Australian coach.
Centre penalty. Here.
The placement of Joe Kelly and Marion Johnson-Hurley, my understanding is they were placed
Advantage,
11th and
win
12th in the
defence.
ranking of international umpires. And they were lucky enough to draw the finals in Jamaica. But she would question whether they are good enough to be officiating at this particular game.
Advantage offside.
There's no argument in most quarters that Australia and New Zealand has the best umpires. But fixated with the concept of giving us neutral umpires, this is what we have. And they will benefit from the experience, no doubt in the world. But whether they're doing the game justice,
Centre.
we used to have a
penalty.
system where Australia and New Zealand played. We'd have one of each. And it was fairly readily accepted by both teams. They thought that was a good compromise.
Goal defence.
What
Half a
happens in
shot,
these
Australia.
situations is that I think both teams don't quite show the umpires the respect that would help the outcome of the match. Because they know they can get away with stuff.
Deliberate delaying. Penalty against you. Centre.
36-29, 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's been a very even third quarter on the scoreboard. Van Dijk from point-blank range. The targets he knows well. They're the boys from Atapahoa College. Did a great job entertaining the crowd prior to the match. McMahon, Shin. Nice little stop and go from McMahon. Obstruction against Davu.
Across the base. Half a shot. Fresh in.
2:20 left in the third. Oh, short. On the arm against Scanlon. Both players out. McMahon for the goal. And she's 17 from 23.
Wing attack.
New Zealand looking to go 8 up again. Colling.
Contact centre penalty pass.
Contact against Chocolate. Clark checks the spot. Colling on the baseline. I think she's got a better shot than she believes.
Sorry, Steve, I missed that there.
Colling has a better shot than she believes.
Yes. Well, she's 9 from 14, hasn't had a majority of play. She's been creating a lot of it. Great pass there.
That's the pass of the quarter so far for the Australians. To find Neil. And Sinner's stats 14 from 21.
Contact
Clark.
centre penalty pass. Where you are, please.
Oh, Van Dijk works her way to the front.
Worked the pack like a little rover there, Irene. Van Dijk got to the front of Village.
Thrown away. And New Zealand can press now. Unless they throw it away, and she'll be happy to make up for the error there by running that one down.
Centre contact penalty.
Contact
Australia.
against Clark. Neil takes it from a Victorian, if not club teammate. Kestrel and Phoenix together. As the ball is retrieved, they just stop the clock for a few seconds. Rebounds
Contact keeper penalty.
heavily favouring New Zealand. 10-3. Van Dijk's got 4 and Davu 5. Well, Davu was a standout in that department in the first test too. Toss of the coin for me whether it was Davu or Scanlon, the best player on the court. Take the lead. Second or 3 left. Not long enough probably. Schultz. And that had to be an urgent and hopeful pass because time will be up in a moment.
Goal attack penalty.
Lead is 8 at 3/4 time at Palmerston North and the teams in the last quarter. New Zealand to start in possession and with an 8-goal lead. No changes to the New Zealand lineup, but Australia have made a couple. Illich at goalkeeper and Alison Broadbent at goal defence now. So Liz Ellis is having a break, the Australian captain. Don't see that too often. So Broadbent gets her 20th cap, playing the last quarter of the second test. McMahon off one leg to Sinanil with Davu indisposed. Well, it was about 8 goals that Australia came back from to win the 99 World Championships in Christchurch, but I don't see it happening here as Irene van Dijk stands her ground against Illich.
I'm kind of hoping it will happen here in Palmerston North. Not a lot happens in Palmerston North as we see...
Oh, that's unkind. Monica Lam, you've been talking to our TVNZ colleague Brendan Telfer, who describes it as the Canberra of New Zealand, but that's an insult to both cities. Liz Ellis can only sit and watch now and hope that a different combination out there, her Swifts teammate Broadbent, might be able to do something. Oh, I don't think so. That was Illich into the hand of Van Dijk, and even from here, that was pretty obvious. Sorry, Joe Kelly. That happened right under your nose. How did you see it, Mon?
I agree with you, actually, Steve. I thought that it was pushed on to Van Dijk, but I think that's why Irene was smiling. She got throw in.
Oh, with it. And that is why players lose confidence in the umpires when they get the little things wrong. Leave out the big ones. Shin. Chocolate. McMahon.
Touching the ball, goal defence, passing shot.
Touch of the ball and land on your opponent.
Touching the arm, goal to
that type of defensive action absolutely angers me, because she's gone up and she has deliberately fallen into Cheryl McMahon.
(43-35), 12 and a half left in the second test. An opportunity for New Zealand to win the series here in Palmerston North. Ruth Aitken and Lee Gibbs, a very shrewd brains trust operating for the Silver Ferns. Well, the two players are leaning into each other like that.
It's very hard to differentiate who actually is the culprit.
Exactly.
This is where Australia are putting the ball up far too high and really having to work extra hard in leg movement and speed down court.
And McMahon's just lost a patch once more. Trying to get this lead back to 8. Successful doing that, and she's 19 from 25. Turnovers, New Zealand 19. I'm just looking back in the first test, it was 29 to 23 they gave up more, so they're probably going to finish with less than that. Chocolate.
Contact centre penalty pass.
Neil.
Contact wing defence penalty.
Third test, of course, will be in Hamilton on Monday night at Mystery Creek.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah, friendly up there. South of Auckland, Waikato. Oh, Van Dijk's open at the post, and she gets another. All the information about a great game of netball, keep up to date at the ABC website, abc.net.au/netball, as Irene is available at the post. McMahon still full of running.
Stole the goal line there, but couldn't put the shot in.
Neil, a rare air ball from McMahon, but pleasing one Aussie fan. Maybe an expat, maybe she's made the journey.
So
Van Dijk.
Sorry, I was going to say McMahon and Neil sitting on the same statistics at the moment, 19 from 26, so sharing the ball around quite a bit. As good hustling there by Illich.
Hasn't had too many of those. Needs to get rid of it. And New Zealand players crash into each other. And Van Dijk says, I'll have that. Her teammates did the hard work after she coughed up possession, and she is delighted that they've done that for her. And it's getting right away from Australia.
Ball was given up far too easily on that occasion.
Neil. Clark ran through the circle. Didn't really damage anybody or anything. 9:40 to go. 8 in front are the Ferns.
That's where Illich needs to keep Van Dijk. Don't let her get to the post.
And Broadbent ran it out of court. Irene Van Dijk always has to check the passport before she leaves the circle. And she does get a bit lost out there.
Lane play,
But
on court,
she absolutely owns
pass the shot.
anywhere near the post. Colling, 13 from 19. Shin. Neil. Oof, Chocolate. McMahon cannot get that patch to stay on. Contact against Nickel.
Australia looking very predictable as they go into the forward line. They always seem to want to swing into the pocket, and that's where both the New Zealand defenders ready to pounce on that cross.
12 goals apiece in the third quarter, so Australia was able to take nothing out of that 8-goal lead. Maybe they can now as they get a turnover with 8.5 left in the match. Scholes.
Australia moving away, needs a cut in front. It's a give and go.
Oh, Davu very nearly had that, but instead she's penalised and caught out of the circle. Shin will try to find McMahon, who's...
Instructing ring defence, ball out, please.
Now they're both out, Nickel and Davu. Left Scanlon with a lot to do. Oh, McMahon is short. And it was a tip from Davu and a bit of pressure on her from Neil that allowed Australia to get the second attempt.
Cheryl McMahon does not look comfortable when she's putting up that ball. She is holding the shot and balking it somewhat. That's not her natural action.
Chocolate. Neil being asked to sink a lot of these longer range attempts, and she keeps doing it.
Neil, 22 from 29.
Need a turnover, Australia. They've got 3 in a row. They could just get the ball one more time and put some pressure on.
Oh, well done, Janine Illich.
Oh, but Collins done even better to get it to an unmarked Van Dijk at the post, and Norma Plummer thinks, yeah, what could have been. Defenders aren't stopping with the effort. Scholes, oh, back to Broadbent. How? Neil, Shin.
Good position there from Jessica Shin on top of the circle.
Yes, well read. That was off Davu.
Van's contact centre.
Well done. Good placement again.
On the ball, goal defence, pass or shot.
And why is that not delaying? It's been picked up twice down Joe Kelly's end.
Six the difference. 6:45 to go.
Good attempt there from Jessica Shin, just couldn't contain it.
Obstruction, wing attack, penalty.
New Zealand's lead was 3 at three-quarter time in Christchurch. An 8-goal lead here. They ended up winning it by 9.
Wing back.
Penalty against Schultz. Bianca Chatfield wonders why. Kristen Heinrich and Demelza Fellows, Thunderbirds, who have not got on in this test match.
New Zealand crowd really making a lot of noise here in Palmerston North as they score again.
Shin.
Contact wing.
Neil.
Contact centre, penalty pass.
Contact against Clark. McMahon. Hesitant again with the shot, but good enough as Ellis checks the score and the time. Both Neil and McMahon have shot 22 from 30. 73% to New Zealand's 83. 60 attempts for both teams. Keep coming back to it, don't we?
Yes, we do, and we've seen it so many times before. Australia really needing to improve on their accuracy, and that has just been one of their strengths over the years. Australia around the 80-85% shooting average.
They will not go away.
That's
Normal Plummer's side.
Centre contact penalty.
Iron Van Dijk's hit the floor, well off the ball. Oh, Shin.
Well done.
It's anything but fluent. Neil.
Contact wing defence penalty pass.
Contact against Nickel. Chocolate has it. Chocolate on to Sinner-Neil. Let's put a little bit of pressure on New Zealand. They've got it to 5. Under 5 to go, and they've got the centre pass, Australia. It's a good run coming from them. McMahon to Neil. Doesn't want to shoot from there. Look for better opportunity.
Contact wing defence penalty pass.
Coach Norma Plummer there looking very intent as she has throughout the course of this game.
The intercept count is a very interesting one, heavily in Australia's favour. Deep in the match, 8-1. As Neil and the Australians start to ask a question. 3 in a row for Australia. Contact against Scholes, so the defender short and the New Zealand attacking third, and they advance the penalty. What for? Couldn't see it, sorry. Colling.
Advantage offside centre. Contact centre penalty.
Contact against Chocolate. Robury to take it.
Contact goalkeeper. What's the
Oh, well, I just think Joe Kelly had enough of what she'd seen up the court and was going to whistle it all the way to the post, which she's done successfully.
Goes out. Goal defence goalkeeper. Thank you, New Zealand.
Chocolate to try to take a quick centre pass. 5 the lead. McMahon, Shin, probably just left their run too late, Australia, as McMahon.
Touching the ball, goal defence pass or shot.
You think so? Finally picked up there. McMahon doing it well.
McMahon around the neck of Scanlon.
Probably
Nickel
what she
to
feels
Colling.
like doing it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. One more. Not over yet. That lady's just put the music back in the pocket. Illich. Broadbent.
Cut and drive. Australia need to do this. Don't throw any of it up mid-court.
McMahon. Shin, well covered. Oh, Dalu, no. Chocolate's hit well. Davu nearly pulled off what would have been a match winner, I reckon, with 2.5 to go. But instead, Neil to get it back to 3.
Parachute, yes, it was well done from Sinner-Neil. She's on 25 from 33, a very happy Australian crowd member.
Centre pass Australia. 3 down, 2 to play. And watch New Zealand just try and slow it down over every pass now. They'll give away penalties if they have to. Let's see if the umpires do something about that.
Yes, well, the advancement will happen as New Zealand will hold the ball up as it goes to centre. Good drive.
Chocolate. A push from Scanlon. Under 2 minutes left. Shot on for Sinner-Neil. The noise at Arena Manawatu is deafening. Neil gets a crucial rebound. Misses again. McMahon. Oh, put it away. Norma Plummer not giving too much away. Neither is Ruth Aitken. Great match.
Van Dijk's got her hand right up, and that's where it was always going to go.
Well, you can't stop her every time. Great urgency from the Australians. McMahon to Chocolate. Nearly lost the footing. Shin. McMahon. Neil. There she shoot from there. Big goal. Oh, got it! 70 seconds left. New Zealand just need to look after possession. Oh, thrown it away. Here we go. A minute left. Norma Plummer dares to smile. Broadbent wrestled and gets rid of Colling. Time out.
Both players being called over to Joe Kelly.
What's she going to say? Very competitive at the moment. Calm down. The penalty against you, just don't go for the player. Deliberate.
Well, how this happened.
Deliberate.
Oh, there's a nice Cumberland throw from Alison Broadbent. Probably learnt that watching too much rugby league back home. Scholes. Shin. 45 seconds left. We will play extra time if they can get to it. Shin. quickly. Take it. Shin.
Forward position there.
Chocolate. McMahon. Oh, short.
It was touched on the hand, yes. Well picked up by Dalton Hines. You can see that.
20 seconds left and they're 2 back. They'll get the centre pass if they can get the goal. It's short. McMahon, that's it. In the past, she saved Australia. Couldn't do it this time, and that will be the match. With 5 seconds left. Colling. Nicol. Clark. And it's all over at Palmerston North. And the series goes to New Zealand, but a great comeback from Australia. They really put the